Hello and welcome. Let's explore a different kind of path today. It's a path that isn't about forcing things, but about allowing them. Not about grasping, but about truly receiving. We're going to delve into what's called the Alchemy of Surrender. It's about finding a way to reach your desires, but without that constant struggle, that forced positivity. So let's start with a question, and I think this is something that might really resonate with you. Have you ever done that thing, stood in front of the mirror, repeating some positive phrase over and over, but inside you just feel empty? Well, if you have, you are definitely not alone. So let's talk about why that is. Why is it that forcing ourselves to be positive can sometimes end up feeling so negative?
And this really brings us to something we can call the affirmation paradox. It's that strange and, let's be honest, often really frustrating experience where the very things that are supposed to bring us abundance, peace, somehow just seem to make our anxiety even louder. I mean, think about it. So many of us have been down this road, right? You've tried the daily affirmations, speaking them with so much hope. You've probably made those detailed vision boards, right down to the last little detail. You've spent time in constant visualization, picturing that future you want so badly. And yet, after all of that work, all that effort, there's still that feeling, isn't there? That feeling of being stuck, that quiet, constant hum of anxiety in the background.
So, to really understand what's happening here, we have to look a little deeper. It's not about the words we're saying. It's about the feeling behind them. It's about the frequency we're actually broadcasting out into the universe. And that frequency is what we can call the energy of lack.
Just look at the contrast here, it's pretty stark. On the surface, you're saying the words, "I am wealthy and successful," but what's the hidden frequency? What's that vibration humming just beneath the surface? So often, it's not wealth at all. It's a quiet scream of desperation. It's a deep, aching feeling of need. It's a profound sense of lack. And here's the thing, the universe, it doesn't really respond to our words. It responds to our frequency, to our vibration.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem. You see, when we focus all of our energy, all of our might on getting something, we're sending out a very powerful message. I don't have this. That focus creates this constricted, tight, rigid energy field around us. It's an energy of tension, isn't it? Of grasping, of holding on just a little too tight. And ironically, that's the very energy that ends up pushing away the exact things we're trying to attract.
So, if trying harder isn't the answer, then what is? Well, the alternative isn't about pushing more. It's about letting go. It's a really profound shift in our entire state of being. And we can find it through what we call the alchemy of surrender.
Now, it's so important that we're clear about what we mean by surrender here. This isn't about weakness. It's absolutely not about giving up. In fact, it's the ultimate form of strength. It's this deep, profound power you find when you just allow things to be exactly as they are right in this moment, without the fight, without the resistance, and without all that judgment.
Okay, so this is where we move from just talking about the idea to actually putting it into practice. So how do we do this? How do we embody surrender? Well, it begins with something that might sound a little strange at first. We begin by gently welcoming the very resistance we've been fighting against for so long.
In this practice we're about to explore, it's inspired by the really profound work of David Hawkins, especially his teachings on emotional release. Think of it as a very gentle path inward.
So here's how it works. First, just notice it. Notice that intense drive inside you to achieve, to get, to have. Don't do anything with it, don't judge it, just observe it. Okay, now for the second step. Can you sense what's underneath that drive? That subtle tightness in your chest maybe, that little bit of anxiety or even fear? Just feel into it. Third, and this is the key, instead of pushing that feeling away, can you gently welcome it? Just for a moment, let it be there without trying to fix it. And finally, fourth, just release the fight against it. Let go of that internal war you've been waging.
And please, remember this, because it's the most important part. The goal here is not to get rid of the anxiety. This isn't just another battle you have to win. The goal is simply to stop judging it, to stop telling yourself that feeling this way is wrong. Because when you can find that space of non-judgment, that's when the constricted energy finally begins to soften, and in its own time, it just starts to dissolve.
So, I'll leave you with this to just sit with. What if that door you've been pushing against with all your might was always meant to be pulled open? Just imagine. What if everything you are truly seeking arrives in that quiet, peaceful moment when you finally stop chasing it?